Hello and welcome to the MU Focus Bulletin for April 20th. In today's bulletin, here are the standout headlines. Abandoning Carrick would be Manchester United's riskiest gamble. Cunha teaches Garnacho about adaptation, United's most successful signing. Aid in heaven, United's £1 million bargain under Sir Jim Ratcliffe. United overcome Chelsea, a Champions League turning point and the Bryan Mbeumo concern. And now, here are the full details. Abandoning Carrick would be Manchester United's riskiest gamble. Ladies and gentlemen, Manchester United are marching steadily toward next season's Champions League, and the man reigniting that hope is none other than interim manager Michael Carrick. The biggest question now is whether the Old Trafford hierarchy will dare to take the risk of letting this caretaker boss walk away when the season concludes. A narrow 1-0 victory over Chelsea has lifted the Red Devils into third place in the table. They now hold a commanding 10-point gap over the team in sixth. With just 5 Premier League fixtures remaining, it would take an almost unimaginable collapse for the red half of Manchester to fall out of the top 5 and lose their place in Europe's elite competition. Despite last week's defeat to Leeds, it remains only their second loss in a 12-match spell under Carrick. Clearly, there are no signs of collapse. Despite these impressive achievements, the English tactician has remained remarkably composed. Speaking to BBC Sport, he insisted the squad are not getting carried away, choosing instead to simply enjoy victories with the fans. That level-headedness has been the foundation of this remarkable turnaround. When Carrick first took charge, United were languishing in 7th place following a 2-2 draw with Burnley. Under his guidance, they have overtaken Newcastle, Brentford, Liverpool, and most notably Aston Villa, who once held an 11-point advantage. So far, Carrick has recorded 8 wins and just 2 defeats. More importantly, he has restored an attractive playing style that had disappeared under Ruben Amorim. His deep understanding of the club's culture has been key to navigating such a challenging situation. Speaking to Sky Sports, Carrick admitted he is well accustomed to the pressure, expectations, and scrutiny that come with the job. For someone so closely tied to the club, external pressure has become something entirely normal and manageable. The club's hierarchy remain cautious, not rushing into a decision, but results on the pitch are mounting pressure. According to analysis from The Athletic, many within the industry increasingly believe the permanent role should be Carrick's. Convincing victories over Manchester City and Arsenal further highlight his tactical excellence against top opposition. If United appoint a new manager and the results falter, they would effectively eliminate the option of returning to this safe solution. In football's unpredictable world, the obvious choice is not always the correct one. However, given the team's outstanding form, discarding the man who has restored positivity after a dark period would be an extremely risky gamble for Manchester United. Cunha teaches Garnacho about adaptation, United's most successful signing. The headline clash between Manchester United and Chelsea at Stamford Bridge in April 2026 ended in a narrow 1-0 victory for the Red Devils. Under Michael Carrick, United displayed a highly pragmatic and clinical approach. However, the true value of the match went beyond the 3 points. It lay in the stark contrast between United's hero Matheus Cunha and former player Alejandro Garnacho, now wearing Chelsea colors. Cunha's decisive goal inadvertently exposed the very flaws that prevented Garnacho from succeeding at Old Trafford. The only goal came from Cunha, following a perfectly weighted pass from Bruno Fernandes. It was a moment of top-class execution, a perfectly timed run, a sharp first-time finish, leaving goalkeeper Robert Sanchez helpless. This strike not only secured victory, but also saw Bruno Fernandes reach 18 assists in the league this season, 19 in all competitions. Yet the key point lies in the process behind the goal. It was the result of real-time learning from the Brazilian forward. Just minutes earlier, Cunha had been in a similar situation after a pass from Bryan Mbeumo. On that occasion, he took a heavy touch instead of shooting immediately, wasting a golden chance and even picking up a yellow card in the process. Crucially, Cunha accepted the mistake calmly, learned from it, and immediately adjusted when the next opportunity came. He adapted in real time and delivered the winning moment. This evolution stands in complete contrast to Alejandro Garnacho. The Argentine, despite his pace, appears unchanged from his early days under Erik ten Hag. Throughout the match, he repeatedly ran into dead ends, struggled when pace alone was insufficient, and showed little improvement in decision-making after 3 years at the top level. His struggles at Manchester United, and now the frustration he brings to Chelsea fans, stem from an inability to learn from mistakes. In Cunha's situation, Garnacho would likely repeat the same flawed action, hoping for a different outcome. Garnacho remains a winger driven by instinct, but in modern football, especially within structured systems like Carrick's, instinct alone is not enough. Since leaving United last summer, Garnacho was expected to rediscover himself at Chelsea. Yet his dejected reaction after losing to his former club said everything. Excuses about age or experience no longer hold weight when a player shows no evolution in thinking after multiple seasons at the highest level. Cunha may make mistakes, but the difference lies in his intelligence and adaptability. United's victory underlined a harsh truth. Garnacho did not fail due to lack of talent, but because he could not or would not adapt his game to become more effective. Matheus Cunha has shown what a modern striker looks like, one who turns mistakes and even bookings into lessons, ultimately becoming the match winner. His sharpness serves as the clearest reflection of Garnacho's stagnation in the Premier League. Aid in Heaven, United's £1 million bargain under Sir Jim Ratcliffe. Club legend Rio Ferdinand has reserved special praise for Aid in Heaven after the youngster played a key role in Manchester United's 1-0 win over Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. Amid a severe defensive injury crisis, Heaven was handed a starting role by interim manager Michael Carrick and delivered an outstanding performance to secure a crucial clean sheet. On social media platform X, Ferdinand highlighted that while United's recruitment has been heavily criticized over the past decade, the signing of Aid in Heaven from Arsenal last February for around £1.5 million stands out as a rare success. He stated, "Manchester United's recruitment has been heavily criticized over the past 10 years, and rightly so, but we need to be shouting Aid in Heaven's name. Just £1 million. He's still learning, but when called upon again, he delivered." Heaven's inclusion was a necessity, with Matthijs de Ligt and Lenny Yoro injured, while Harry Maguire and Lisandro Martinez were suspended. The 19-year-old partnered Noussair Mazraoui, a full-back deployed centrally, to form a resilient defensive wall against Chelsea's pressure. Captain Bruno Fernandes also expressed admiration for the youngster's rapid development. Speaking to TNT Sports, he said, "Aiden is brilliant, a young boy who turns into a true warrior every time he steps onto the pitch." Bruno also emphasized the influence of experienced players like Casemiro and Kobbie Mainoo in helping young talents such as Heaven shine with confidence. This victory keeps Manchester United firmly in the race for Champions League qualification with just 5 matches remaining. With backing from senior players and club legends, Aid in Heaven is emerging as a key figure in United's long-term plans at Old Trafford. United overcome Chelsea, a Champions League turning point, and the Bryan Mbeumo concern. Manchester United have strengthened their position in the race for Champions League qualification with a hard-fought 1-0 win at Stamford Bridge. Matheus Cunha's decisive goal not only secured 3 valuable points, but also reinforced Michael Carrick's standing at Old Trafford. However, Bryan Mbeumo's performance raised serious concerns on an otherwise positive day. Following a disappointing defeat to Leeds United, United arrived in London under pressure to deliver. Facing a Chelsea side managed by Liam Rosenior, the Red Devils displayed remarkable resilience. With new regulations likely allowing a top 5 Premier League finish to secure Champions League qualification, Carrick's men were driven by clear motivation. This result solidifies United's hold on 3rd place and extends their advantage to 10 points with just 5 games remaining. Champions League qualification is now closer than ever. Beyond sporting prestige, securing that spot would also guarantee significant financial backing ahead of the upcoming summer transfer window. In contrast to the team's success, Bryan Mbeumo endured another disappointing display. Trusted with a starting role ahead of Amad Diallo, the former Brentford forward looked completely out of sync. Throughout the match, he struggled to link up with teammates, often losing possession during attacking moves. Statistics reveal this was his 6th consecutive Premier League match without a goal or assist. Some major outlets even rated the Cameroon international at just 310, one of the lowest scores in a high-profile clash. His dip in form presents a major selection dilemma as the season enters its decisive phase. While Mbeumo struggles, Matheus Cunha continues to provide consistency in attack. Meanwhile, Benjamin Sesko, despite not scoring at Stamford Bridge, maintains an impressive record of 5 goals in his last 10 matches. This contrast only increases the pressure on Mbeumo. Many experts believe it is time for Carrick to make bold changes. Amad Diallo, often described as the new Alejandro Garnacho, is eager to prove himself. His technical ability, energy, and creativity could add a sharper edge to United's attack in their upcoming home clash against Brentford. With Brentford currently ranked just 12th in away form, this presents a perfect opportunity for Manchester United to strengthen their position in the top 3. Another victory would all but secure Champions League qualification, while also giving Mbeumo the chance to rediscover form from the bench.